All right, it is fight week for Youssef Zalal. He takes on Jordan Griffin this Saturday night at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, and this thing came together very, very quickly. Youssef, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you, man. How did this thing come together for you? Like, I was able to confirm this fight as a done deal on Friday. Is that when you found out about it, or is this in the works a little longer than that?
I found out on Wednesday, and then that's when they announced it on Friday. But yeah, I found out on Wednesday.
So you wanted to break your own record for how many days notice you took a UFC fight? Like 12 wasn't good enough for you? We needed to get close to those single digits?
I don't know, man. I was like, my pro career when I started, I fought, I think it was in August as well. And then a week later, I had my second professional fight. So I was like, I've been so used to fighting at back-to-back and like so quick or short notices. That LFA fight was 6 hours notice, or I think 3 hours notice, something like that. So it's like you get used to it, and then if you step up, you step up.
Like, you're always training and stuff. Like, you're always in the gym, but there's a difference between like training and then there's like fight camp training. Like, that's what most fighters tell me. Like, when was the last time you had like an actual full or fullish training camp for a singular fight?
Oh God, I think it was like since my last LFA, not the last one that I won. Before that I lost, actually. That was the only time. It was like, hey, you have 7 weeks. This is the guy. Train and be ready.
So how much time did you have before the flying knee fight, before you got the call?
It's literally the same thing. So I went to Morocco, flew to Morocco. They texted me while I was in Morocco, and they said, hey, LFA is coming back to Denver, and they want to have you. And I'm like, okay, sure, but I can't make 35. And then they were like, well, we found you a guy at catchweight 140. And I was like, sure. So I came back here. I had 2 weeks of training and then 1 week of cutting weight.
Yeah, so no more 7-week training camps for you. We'll just go bang bang, give you 2 weeks, like, maybe two and a half.
Like, as soon as I saw all of this going on, I was like, with the pandemics and stuff, and I seen the UFC's back to like basically they're going putting on shows and stuff. I was like, and I seen guys like 5 days notice and all this and this and that, and I was like, well, a call may be coming in soon. They need somebody. They're gonna need somebody, and I was like, just staying ready and hoping we'll get fight before that.
So you made your UFC debut in February at UFC 247. You defeated Austin Lingo via unanimous decision, and this was one of the very last events to take place in front of a live audience in not just the UFC, but like in all of sports. And I know you were the first fight of the night on that card, so it wasn't like you were fighting in front of 15,000 people in Houston, but still, where we're at in the world, it's kind of strange to think about. Like 3-4 months ago, things were pretty normal. You were fighting in front of people, and this Saturday, you're getting right back on like 10 days notice and fighting in front of nobody.
It is crazy, man. It's crazy to see how things like change so quick. It's like you almost don't believe it, You almost like literally don't believe it. You're like, I was fighting in front of hundreds of people, now to thousands of people. Now you're like, oh, you're back to zero now. So it's like, well, it's gonna be an interesting night.
Have you done anything like this before? Have you fought in front of like, obviously not an empty arena? I don't know if you've ever been in that position, but have you fought in like very little crowds, something even close to what you're gonna do on Saturday?
Oh yeah, man. I won't say like there's a couple of hundred people in there, but it's not a whole lot. Half of them were drunk, but it was like a bar. But but I won't say like I haven't, like I fought in front of some audience, not no audience. But so it's definitely different. I feel like it's gonna be another Friday night for us at the gym. Basically, we do sparring night on Fridays. That's where everybody comes in and you see your name on the board and you got to get ready like it's a fight, and you even got to do the walkout. Like you got to walk around the mat before you even step in the cage like it's a fight.
Oh, wow. So you're prepared for all this stuff.
Yeah, Mark Montoya has this. He's not playing around. It's like, if it's your fight coming up, let's stop 2 rounds before your round and like be ready, get mentally ready for your round and stuff like that, and you just get ready.
I like it. That's a good little added step to add to the training camp and or lack thereof for you. But you get Jordan Griffin, and I know you guys were in LFA together for like a small stretch of time before he got the Contender Series call. He's been in the game for a little while though. Has he been on your radar at all? Do you know much about Jordan?
No, man. I'm not the guy who has like people on their radar, to be honest. I'm like, especially at the UFC at the high level, I know they're gonna offer as many as people as possible, It's like, and especially when you get after a win and a win and a win, you're gonna get tougher guys and you're gonna get bigger name guys. So for me, it's like just see who's in front of you, do the best you can, and then let's move on from there. You win, now you have a bigger opportunity to get after that. But I never really seen him fight before. I seen him actually fight when I was cornering my teammates to go to. We went to like Pueblo in here. It's like an hour and a half drive, and they had fights on, and he fought TJ Brown, and we were watching him fight, and I was like, holy, oh my God, like this kid's not stop moving forward. Like he'll take all the damage and then he just walks forward, and it was an interesting fight. It catches our eyes, and when we were watching it, I never thought I was gonna fight that guy. I'll tell you that. I never thought I was gonna, never ever. So.
Yeah, he just got his first UFC win like 3 weeks after you got yours, and that fight with TJ was crazy, man. And that Danny Ige fight was interesting. That Chaz Skelly fight was super crazy. So from like a stylistic perspective, this one has to get you fired up for the action, potential scrambles, etc.
Oh yeah, man. Especially in a smaller cage, it's gonna be some fireworks. It's gonna be all over the place, ground, standing up, trying to knock each other out and all that. So it's I'm excited, man. He's a vet in this game for sure. So you got to give the respect to the vets. They have a lot of fights in their belt. So for me to go out there as a 23 and 8-2, it's very important to me to show my skills at that level.
Speaking of scrambles, your teammate and your buddy Brandon Royval makes his UFC debut a few weeks ago. He gets a submission win, 50 Gs. He's trying to raise that bar on you, man. How much did his performance get you fired up for your fight?
I don't know, man. We'll see. It's a motivation. I'll tell you that. I told you, man. I was like, I've been speaking on that kid when he was in LFA. I was like, I knew that kid was nasty, man. I told him in his face. I was like, I could see you fighting for the belt, but by the end of 2020, to be honest, it's like. This kid is an animal, man. He's non-stop pace. I was like, you think your cardio is good? Go with Brandon, and then you'll figure out how good your cardio is. You know what I mean? That's why I'm blessed to even train with guys like that. Brandon Royval, Chris Gutierrez, Jonathan Martinez, Devontae Smith, and all these guys. So I was like, I see it all. It's not like I don't see it all. I train with one of the best people in the one of the best gyms in the world. For me to go out there, so that's why we're never worried about who we fighting and who we gonna fight and none of that. We see it all.
I spoke with Brandon after the win and still wasn't happy with this performance, which kind of blew my mind. But one of the things that really stuck out to me was before he makes his walk to the cage, he looks at his coaches and he's like, why do I do this? Like, I hate this effing sport. He just has those moments of doubt within himself until he actually gets in the cage. And full pun, like he gets locked in there and has to fight his way out. Do you ever feel like that?
No, man. He's definitely a different fish. I'll tell you that. He's something else. Like that kid will go so emotional on the back and like all that. But man, when they lock that cage, oh my God, it's like a whole different breed came out. I swear to God, he's never like this in practice. In practice, he goes on. It's his lifestyle. But when he goes on in that like locker room, oh my God, it's like completely different Brandon.
But once he's in there, he's good.
Yo, God, for me, man, like I said before, like I was trying to have as much fun as possible. For me, it's like if I'm not having fun, I'm doing something wrong. That's what I learned throughout my career. It's when I'm having fun, I'm having a blast, man. I'm the best in the world when I'm having a blast.
Well, you get to have a blast in Las Vegas. Perfect city to have a blast in, although things are a little bit different right now. And you get to have a blast.
I was like, I didn't expect my Vegas debut like this, but hey, I'll take what I take.
There you go. How does this thing all go down in a fun fight at 145 on Saturday night?
Oh man, like I said, it's gonna be fireworks, man. This kid is gonna bring it out of me, and I'm bringing it out of him. So trust me, it's gonna be fireworks for sure.
You just completed Ramadan a few weeks back, because I remember the last time we spoke, you said you didn't really care who you fought. You just wanted to try to get in there before Ramadan started. You want to get a quick turnaround, but this works out to get in there just after. But, what is that month like for you as an athlete and as a fighter, and probably more importantly as a person?
It's awesome, man. I get to really appreciate food and water, how much you appreciate those things. So, you forget about those things. Especially in United States, you have all the ability to get anything you want. So it's, for me, it's like you get to appreciate where I came from and all that. So for me, it was about my family and just giving back. That was the month for me, just like focusing on that. So that's why I was like, did the GoFundMe app for my country and really help the people in need and stuff like that. So you really just focus on things, like especially with MMA, man. You're like training, you got to go recovery, you got to go do this, you got to do that, you got to make a living in training as well. So it's like, it's very hard to really have time for your family and really control all that stuff. You can't control it because it's training. So for me, that month, I leave it all for my family and really giving back to the people in need.
How did the GoFundMe go in terms of raising money for? It looks like it went pretty well.
It actually went pretty good, man. I was very happy with the support that I have, man. It's amazing to see that. Like, I never thought I would even be close to have the support. Like, I didn't even thought it was like past $500. Like, to be honest, I thought it was gonna be like maybe 400. Literally, like, first week I was in 1,000 something. So I was like, people really support, and I'm very happy, and I'm very proud to say, like, these people, like, supporting people they didn't even know. This is the crazy part. Like, they didn't even know these guys, like, I don't know those guys. So, like, for me to even, like, support those guys, but it's awesome to see how we can all work together and really help each other out and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool to see. It made me happy, man. It made my day.
That's amazing, man. How did your home country react to receiving all that money? Were they as blown away as you?
Yeah, man. They loved it, man. I got them a bunch of, like, we did like a bunch of care packages, basically, a bunch of food and stuff that can last them for the whole Ramadan, basically, for the whole month. Because everything was closed down in Morocco. Like, right. You can barely, like, if you don't have a paper that says you can be out, you can't be out. So it's not like here. Like, I had the opportunity. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me to appreciate food, I can go to a grocery store when everything was shut down, Like, I had that opportunity to go, but, like, not worried about food, even though the stores were completely empty still. Like, I didn't have to worry about no food. So for me to see people like that, I don't know, man. I'm like a very helpful guy. Like, I want to help as many people as I can. Sometimes it kicks me in the ass because I forget about myself and help more than I should. But hey, man, it's the life we live.
Yeah, that's what that time's all about. It's time of reflection and things like that. And seems like you use your time very wisely and helped out a lot of people. You deserve a lot of credit for that. Is it too crazy of a time for you to say, you know what, this is going to be my last fight at 145 in the UFC before I drop to 35? Like, I know this is something you want to do, but man, with all these different events happening and opportunities, doesn't seem like something you can guarantee at all, right?
Man, listen, 35 is definitely the home that we want to go to, for sure. But if there's an opportunity at 45, I would not say no. I would take that. Let's do it. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to just get better and better in every fight. And for me, especially the UFC, man, I understand they were like, oh, the highest level, you need like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, blah, 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 blah. I'm young, man. I'm 23 years old. I want to take as much experience as I can, especially as 23 years old. So I feel like blessed enough to be in that part. So for me, 45 is not going away, especially I'm 23. I'm still growing in my body, man. It's like I'm not fully there yet. You know what I mean? These guys are like 30 years old. Like, they're fully growing. And you can see the size difference in fighting. And I was like, holy shit. I mean, this guy, like, golly. But in the end of the day, you just learn how to really use your IQ and stuff like that. And that's what I feel like my IQ took me through my career. It's trying to outsmart people just like strategically and go from there.
some of your teammates are walking by the car and they're just looking at you like, what the hell is he doing right now? Who's he talking to? It's hilarious.
I'm trying to keep my face.
I know, it's funny. They're probably gonna be asking you like what the hell you were doing, but it's just funny. They're all walking by and they double take because they look at you and like, what the hell is he talking to right now? It's so funny. But
man, what you doing?
I'm doing an interview right now. I'm cutting a promo here. Come on, Youssef. Always a pleasure, man. I'm really looking forward to this fight. I got a little excited when I saw that you were fighting Jordan Griffin. This is perfect matchmaking. Despite it being booked on short notice, this has the potential to steal the show without a doubt. But it's great. But it's great catching up with you as always, man. All the best to you on Saturday night.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys.